Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the English Everyday Podcast, where learning English is not just about grammar books and vocabulary lists, it is a fun adventure. I am Dave, your enthusiastic host, here to help you on your journey.
And I am Sophia, your friendly co-host. Whether you are a beginner just starting out or someone looking to brush up on your English, thank you for joining us. You are taking an important step toward improving your language skills, and we are so excited to be part of your journey.
Sophia, have you ever stopped to think about why people decide to learn English? Everyone has a unique reason, and often that reason is tied to a dream or a goal.
Absolutely. Some people learn English to improve their careers, others for travel, and some simply for the love of the language. Whatever your reason, one thing is clear. Learning English opens doors to new opportunities and experiences.
Yes, it does. And that is exactly what we are talking about today. Why are you learning English? We will explore some of the most common reasons, share tips to keep you motivated, and provide advice for overcoming challenges.
And as always, our amazing vocabulary expert Marco will join us later to explain key words and phrases from today's episode.
Hello, listeners. I am excited to share some useful vocabulary with you today. Stick around until the end. I promise it will be worth it.
And listeners, if you want a handy PDF of today's episode to review and practice, check the link in the description. It is a great way to reinforce what you learn. Let us get started. All right, Sophia, what do you think is one of the biggest reasons people decide to learn English?
Oh, that is easy. Career opportunities. English is often called the global language of business. If you want to work for international companies, attend global conferences, or even negotiate deals with clients from different countries, English is essential.
I could not agree more. A good friend of mine, Alex, learned English specifically to work at a tech company in Canada. It was tough for him at first. He had to study late at night after work. But now, a few years later, he is leading international projects and mentoring junior employees.
That is such an inspiring story, Dave. And it is not just corporate jobs. Think about industries like hospitality and tourism. If you are a tour guide, hotel manager, or airline staff member, knowing English can make you a much stronger candidate for promotions or higher paying roles.
Yes, and even if you are not planning to switch jobs, English can help you grow in your current role. Managers often look for employees who can communicate with clients and partners in English. That could mean giving presentations, writing important emails, or even leading meetings.
It is like having a secret weapon in the workplace. But career growth is not the only motivator. What about the joy of travel?
Oh yes, travel. This is one of my favorite topics. When you visit a new country, you may not speak the local language, but chances are you can get by with English. It is the language most travelers use to communicate.
Exactly. Whether you are asking for directions, ordering food, or checking into a hotel, English often makes things so much easier.
And it is not just about convenience. Knowing English can make your travel experience richer. Imagine sitting at a cafe in Paris, striking up a conversation with a traveler from Japan, and discovering you both speak English. It is like finding a common thread that connects you.
That is so true. My friend Mia went backpacking in Southeast Asia last year. She told me that her basic English helped her bond with travelers from all over the world. People from Germany, Brazil, and even South Africa.
That is the beauty of English. It breaks down barriers and brings people together.
Oh, speaking of breaking barriers, many people also learn English for education.
Oh, definitely, Sophia. English is the language of instruction in many top universities around the world. So if you dream of studying abroad in countries like the United States, Canada, the UK, or Australia, knowing English is a must.
And it is not just about passing the entry exams. Once you get into university, you need to understand lectures, write essays, and participate in group projects, all in English.
That can be a challenge, but the rewards are worth it. Imagine graduating from a prestigious university and having the skills to work in almost any country. It is life-changing.
It really is. And even if you do not plan to study abroad, learning English can give you access to free online courses from universities like Harvard or Stanford.
Oh, that is a great point. Platforms like Coursera or edX offer so many amazing courses, and most of them are in English.
Exactly. English is not just a key to traditional education, it is a key to lifelong learning.
Right. And speaking of lifelong learning, let us not forget one of the most enjoyable reasons to learn English: entertainment.
Oh, yes. From Hollywood movies to Netflix series, there's so much of the world's most popular media is in English.
And music. Singing along to English songs is such a fun way to improve your vocabulary and pronunciation. Sophia, what was the last English song you sang in the shower?
It was Someone Like You by Adele. What about you, Dave?
Uh-oh. I am a little embarrassed, but it was Let It Be by the Beatles.
Ha! Great choice! And let us not forget books. Imagine reading classics like To Kill a Mockingbird or 1984 in their original language. It adds so much depth to the experience.
Absolutely. Entertainment is such a powerful motivator because it makes learning enjoyable. But let us be real. Learning English is not always easy. What do you think are the biggest challenges, Sophia?
I would say staying motivated is one of the hardest parts. It is easy to feel excited when you start, but as progress slows, it can be discouraging.
Yes, and fear of making mistakes can hold people back. Many learners are afraid of speaking because they do not want to say something wrong.
But here's the thing, making mistakes is essential. It is how we learn. Think of a baby learning to walk. They fall so many times before they take their first steps.
That is a perfect example. And grammar, why does English have so many exceptions?
I know that feeling. Sometimes it really is frustrating. Like, why is the plural of sheep still sheep?
Or why do we say went instead of goed for the past tense of go? It is confusing, but it is also what makes English so fascinating.
Definitely. But the key is to focus on communication first. Grammar will improve naturally with time.
That's true. And another tip is immersion. Change your phone's language to English, follow English-speaking creators on social media, or watch YouTube videos in English.
And do not be afraid to speak. Join an English-speaking group or find a language partner online. The more you practice, the more confident you will become.
What is your top tip for staying motivated, Sophia?
Set small, specific goals. Instead of saying, I want to be fluent, say, I want to introduce myself in English by next week.
That is a great tip. Small goals are achievable and give you a sense of accomplishment.
Another tip is to make learning fun. Watch your favorite movies, listen to your favorite songs, or play English games.
And celebrate your progress. If you understand a new word or have a short conversation in English, that is a win. All right, listeners, now it is time for Marco's Vocabulary Corner. Marco, over to you.
Thanks, Dave. Here are 5 key phrases from today's discussion. Career opportunities. Chances to grow professionally. For example, learning English gave me more career opportunities. Universal language. A language understood worldwide. For example, English is often called the universal language. Motivation. The reason to do something. For example, my motivation for learning English is to travel. Making mistakes. Learning through errors. For example, making mistakes is a part of learning. Progress. Improvement or advancement. For example, I am making progress in my English every day. These phrases are essential not only for understanding today's topic, but also for using English in real-life situations. Try to incorporate them into your conversations or writing. Back to you, Dave and Sophia.
Thank you, Marco. Those phrases are incredibly helpful. Listeners, if you have not already, Write these down and practice using them in your daily life.
Yes, repetition is key. The more you use these phrases, the more natural they will feel.
Before we wrap up, let us quickly review the main points we discussed today. First, we talked about how learning English can open doors to better career opportunities. Whether you are looking for a new job, a promotion, or a chance to work abroad, English is often the key.
Then we dove into how English makes travel easier and more enjoyable. It is the language that connects people from different parts of the world, helping you navigate new places and make lasting friendships.
We also discussed how English is essential for education, especially if you dream of studying at a university abroad or taking online courses from top institutions.
And let us not forget entertainment. Watching movies, listening to music, or reading books in English can make learning fun and immersive.
Finally, we shared tips for staying motivated and overcoming challenges. Remember, making mistakes is okay. It is a natural part of learning. Set small goals, celebrate progress, and surround yourself with English as much as possible.
And most importantly, have fun with it. Learning a language does not have to feel like a study.
That brings us to the end of today's episode. We hope this discussion inspired you to think about your own reasons for learning English and gave you some practical tips to stay motivated.
Remember, learning English is not a sprint. It is a marathon. Take your time, enjoy the process, and trust that every little effort you make is bringing you closer to your goals.
To all our wonderful listeners, if you enjoyed today's episode, please give us a like and subscribe. Your support helps us create more valuable content for learners like you.
And do not forget to share this episode with friends or family members who might benefit from it. Learning together can make the journey even more enjoyable.
Leave us a comment and let us know. What is your reason for learning English? We would love to hear your stories.
You can also suggest topics or questions for future episodes. We are here to help you, so let us know what you want to learn about.
Until next time, keep practicing, keep learning, and remember, you are doing an amazing job.
Take care, and we will see you in the next episode of English Everyday Podcast. Bye for now.